The alien child was already turning blue when I found her, curled like broken glass in the snow beneath a dead sky. And the scanner on my wrist screamed a warning that saving her might doom us both. That was the moment everything went wrong. Or maybe everything finally went right. The storm over Karis. 9 howled like a living thing. Static lightning clawing across the frozen plain. The research station behind me was dark, power dead. Evacuation long gone. I was never supposed to be out there alone. But the distress ping hadn't been human. It was wrong. Too weak. Too erratic. And it was dying. I dropped to my knees beside her. She was small, no taller than a human toddler. Her skin translucent and shimmering like thin ice. Veins of bioluminescent blue pulsed faintly beneath her flesh, fading fast. Her species, the Elarin, were rumored to be emotionless observers, cold as the stars they mapped. But the thing shaking in my hands was terrified. Her eyes snapped open. They weren't afraid of the storm. They were afraid of me. But that was only the beginning. I tore open my thermal cloak and wrapped her inside it, ignoring the shrill alarms now screaming from my suit. Human bacteria, cross-species contamination, irreversible consequences. I pressed her against my chest anyway. Easy, I whispered, my breath fogging between us. I've got you. Her body temperature was plummeting. Elarin metabolism relied on ambient energy fields. Fields that the storm had scrambled. Without warmth, her cells crystallized, turned brittle, blue, dead. She made a sound then. Not a cry, a vibration. It rattled through my bones, resonating with something deep and ancient in the air. The snow around us trembled. That's when I realized the truth. This wasn't a child. She was a key, and somewhere above the storm, something massive shifted its attention toward us. What I felt next was fear. Real fear. Back at the station, emergency lights flickered weakly as I sealed the hatch behind us. The child, no, the Elarin entity, clung to me with surprising strength. Her skin was warming now, the blue glow deepening, stabilizing. My suit logs were going insane, recording energy signatures that shouldn't exist. I set her on the med table. She didn't let go. Okay, I said softly, heart pounding. Okay, you're safe. The lie tasted bitter. Elarin doctrine was clear. They did not intervene. They did not feel. They did not require help. And yet here she was, abandoned, freezing, hunted, because someone had broken the rules. The station AI crackled to life. Dr. Elias Rowan. It said, voice warped. Warning. Elarin's sovereign vessel has entered low orbit. My blood ran cold. They had found us, and they were not coming to say thank you. I remembered the classified briefings too late. Whispers among xenobiologists. Elarin young, rare engineered, living conduits of planetary-scale technology, born to interface with relic systems older than humanity itself, living switches, and disposable. The child. She looked at me then, really looked at me. Her eyes shifted, colors blooming like nebulae. And suddenly, I felt her fear inside my own mind. Not words, images, cold, darkness, being left behind. And one more thing, hope. That was the moment she chose me. But none of us were prepared for the truth. The first shot hit the station's outer ring, like a god's fist. The floor buckled. Gravity flickered. The child screamed not in sound, but in pure psychic force. Console shattered. I was thrown against a wall, vision blurring. Through the chaos, a message burned across every remaining screen. Return the asset. Non-compliance will result in planetary cleansing. Asset. I laughed, breathless and furious. She's not an asset. The child. Her name blossomed in my mind then. A soft harmonic tone I somehow understood as Lumi reached out with one delicate hand and touched my chest. Warmth flooded through me. Not heat. Purpose. The storm outside stilled. I staggered upright, realization crashing down like ice water. The Elarin weren't cold because they lacked emotion. They had suppressed it, because emotion was power, and Lumi was overflowing with it. What I saw next changed everything. The station sensor spiked as Lumi's bioluminescence flared from blue to brilliant gold. Energy rippled outward, bending space itself. The sovereign vessel hesitated, and orbit hesitated. That had never happened before. I understood then why they abandoned her. She wasn't effective. She was uncontrollable. The Elarin appeared on the bridge moments later. Tall, faceless figures of light and geometry. Their voices echoed inside my skull, calm and absolute. Human, step away. The conduit must be terminated. Lumi clutched my arm, her warmth fading as fear surged back. No, I said. My voice shook, but I didn't move. You're afraid of her. We are protecting existence. Her emotional instability poses an unacceptable risk. I looked down at Lumi, at the way her glow pulsed in time with my heartbeat. You taught her logic, I said quietly, but you never taught her compassion. You never taught her hope. The Elarin paused, just for a fraction of a second. That was enough. Lumi reached into me, and this time I let her. Memories poured out, earth sunsets, fireside laughter, holding my sister's hand as she died during the evacuation wars. The promise I made to never walk away from someone who needed me. Lumi's light exploded outward. The sovereign vessel screamed, literally screamed. Around us, space folded, ancient machinery buried beneath Kari's. 9 awakening after eons of silence. The relic network, the one the Elarin claimed control, responded not to logic, but to connection. Midway through the chaos, the truth finally revealed itself. The Elarin had never been the masters of the relics. They were the caretakers. And Lumi was the heir. But that was only the beginning. The station tore itself apart as the relic system surged online. I grabbed Lumi and ran, alarms blaring, gravity failing. The Elarin tried to stop us, but their constructs dissolved in waves of golden light. Outside, the storm parted like a curtain. A pathway opened into the sky. Lumi looked at me, eyes shimmering with sorrow and gratitude. She showed me what came next. If she stayed, the Elarin would destroy her. If she left, the balance of power in the galaxy would shatter. If she ascended alone, she would become what they were, cold. So I made the only choice that mattered. I stepped onto the light with her. The pain was unimaginable. My body burned as a relic system tore me apart and rebuilt me, rewriting human limitations molecule by molecule. I felt every fear, every hope of every species the network touched. And Lumi held my hand the entire time. When it ended, Kari's 9 were quiet. The Elarin were gone. The storm was gone. And standing beneath a clear alien sky were 2 figures, one no longer entirely human, and one no longer alone. Years passed. Humanity would later call it the turning point. The moment the universe learned something new about us. We weren't the strongest. We weren't the smartest. But when faced with the cold logic of extinction, we chose warmth. We chose hope. Lumi grew not in size, but in presence. She became a guardian, a bridge between civilizations. And wherever despair threatened to freeze a world into silence, she went, never alone. Because once on a frozen planet under a screaming sky, a tiny blue child learned what it meant to be held. And the universe has never been the same since.